All right, morning. Thanks for coming in. Second morning in a row, I appreciate it. So probably because of what's up there behind me, you're guessing what the morning is about. It's no longer a secret. So quite an exciting morning. There's a lot of work that has gone in behind the scenes of today. So I just wanted to kind of prep you guys before they come up and do the presentation from here. But as a reminder, we've gone over this stuff before, but I just wanted to kind of bring it all together. As we've been growing, we're about to hit 10 years. In January 1st, we will be 10 years old, which is very exciting. But as we've been growing and adding different things, especially the deck division, our name, the Fence Experts, doesn't really talk about decks. It talks about fences. So as we've been looking into the future and where we want to go as a company, we thought, you know what, we got to look at the name, because if it's the Fence Experts plus decks, kitchens, and more, that doesn't really work. So we're not getting into kitchens, but I'm just using that as an example. So as we were thinking this through, and Sarah and I thought it through a lot, and then we talked with the leadership team a lot, we decided to embark on the journey of looking at a name change. And a name change is not an easy thing, because I like my name, Jason Hurst. I'm used to it. It says who I am. So I like it. And the Fence Experts, if you think about the Fence Experts, that says who we are. We kind of filled that out. So when you think of a name change, it's really hard not to get super sentimental and not want to go through with something like that. So I'm wanting you to know we have not taken a name change lightly at all. It's been one of those things that has been a lot of hard work, a lot of time put into it by us and by Infantry. But we do believe that for our future, it is the best thing we can do, because we do want to be able to be relevant and have a name that we can kind of broaden as we need to in the years to come. So the Fence Experts is a wonderful name because it says precisely what we do in our name and how we do it expertly. So it's a good name if it's just fences, but as we broaden a bit more, especially considering decks at this point, that is where we're coming from. So it's an investment into our future, all of our future, as we look at this. So as we were going through this and we decided that we wanted to go down this road, we wanted to choose an organization that we felt would do really well with handling a rebrand. And so because of that, we spent some time searching for what we thought would be the best company to partner with, and Infantry was the one that we decided was the best, and they are the best. We love them. So if we did not have, so you know me, I'm a fencer. I started out as a fencer. I'm barely capable some days of leading an organization. So imagine me trying to do branding on top of it. I can't. I can help. But that's why we partner with somebody who we feel is really good at what they do, so they can help us through this process of rebranding. And so they've been a huge help already, and we're super excited this morning to show you all what we came up with. When we worked on it really hard and where we came out, we're really, really excited about. So I think good things are in store for the future. The last 10 years has been amazing, and this is kind of the next, say, 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 years. We'll see. See how far that goes. So this is Jimmy and Julia, and they're going to take it from here. So have at it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, microphone. Wow. This is serious.
Hey, we got to, for memory's sake.
Okay.
Find a place to put that on. There you go.
Perfect. As Jason said, I am Julia, and this is Jimmy, and we both work at Infantry. So part of our process, and I just sort of want to bring you in a little bit to our world and what we were working on and why we did some things the way we did them, and also show you the logo, show you the name, and sort of hopefully get everybody excited about it, because we are, and I think everyone that knows about it is excited. So why are we here? And I think we kind of reviewed this a little bit. We're here to talk about what we went through who the Fence Experts is today and also where we're trying to help you guys move the company. So we sort of go through this branding process, and I'll go through this really quickly, but really what we did was dig in and really understand who your customers are, why they love you guys so much, and use a lot of that information to help us sort of form a new brand, form a new identity, and help with the naming process. So we use this definition of a brand, but really a brand is a promise you make both to each other and to your customers, plus an experience. So what are you doing every day? And how do you then get people to continue to be loyal? How do you get not just people to build another fence, but also believe in you when you're going to put a deck on their house or come back for repeat services? So when we talk about this, first, we wanted to dig in a little bit, and I won't go into great detail here, but just sort of want to, again, give you a sense of the research we did and why we sort of came to the conclusions we did. So we kind of broke out who you're talking to in terms of who are your residential customers, what do they care about, and in a lot of cases, you know, your residential folks really care about finding time for family, finding time for doing some home improvements. But on the other side of it, you also have your GCs. So they care about quick response time, they care about professionalism, and these are the people that we always have to think about when we're trying to talk to your audiences. And then what are you saying? So we did this fun thing called an archetype study. Basically what it is kind of like a big card game. We have 60 different cards that represent personalities. We go through this exercise, we went through it with part of the team, and we looked to identify sort of what personality is the Fence Experts. So in this case where we landed was the mentor, which makes a lot of sense. So mentor is really a teacher. Has a lot of curiosity about the world and really cares about supporting others. And we know the mission of this company has always been about supporting this team, supporting each other, and really sharing great things for the benefit of all and doing great things for the benefit of all. And on the other side of it, too, is the reformer. So that was the other archetype or personality that really emerged as something that was key to this organization. And that's really sort of reforming the way things have been done. So you're not just any company building fences and now decks. Really, you're an organization that's trying to change the way things have been done and change the way people are treated. And then what we do, and you're going to have to bear with me because this is a little fun and a little strange, but we create this thing called a brand narrative. And the intent of this is really to be a customer-facing sort of message. So I'm going to read it to you. It's kind of this little story. So again, bear with me. Pretend you're a customer. So to start, this is the backyard where your kids took their first steps, where your dog discovered his love for squirrels, where you bonded with your neighbors after a baseball flew over the fence. It's a place where, surrounded by family and friends, you make memories. You play catch. You exchange stories. It's your own private getaway, a cozy nook or a poolside hangout built with you, for you. It's places like this that make a home really feel like a home. And it's places like this that make what we do so satisfying. We're a company that's built by our people and the great work they do. We believe it's our job to keep your family safe and give you a place to relax and recharge for years and generations to come. We believe that craftsmanship and care go a long way. That's why we take pride in every design we create and invest extra time to listen, ask questions, and treat your family like our own. We believe home projects, whether they're small, big, or somewhere in between, deserve personal service and professional results. We believe there's a better way to help your family get what they deserve. That's why we don't just think of ourselves as another fence or deck company. We're your partners, and we're here to make sure you always feel at home. We're Integrous. What does this all mean? So I said the word Integrous, and that is the name. We're going to show you what Integrous means. We're going to show you how we got to that name. And we're going to sort of walk you through our process from a visual side as well.
They haven't seen it yet, no.
Well, I think too, it's one of those things that once you see it, it also helps me just saying the word. Doesn't help to give it as much life.
And it's tough because Julia didn't do the amount of kind of research and digging that went into it. We have quotes from a fairly large customer survey that went out to people in your email list, and just the overwhelming amount of positive responses and the interactions that you guys have, just and then paired that with interacting and talking with you guys for all this time, really went into a lot of what you're about to see. This is another exercise we did, which really creates the visual sandbox for us to and create the visual identity that most people think of when they think of a brand. They think of a logo, they think of that mark. And so this is a process. We brought the team in, and everyone responded to colors, texture, styles, anything that we could sort of use as the sandbox for us to create moving forward. So this is Integrous. This is Integrous Fences and Decks. Jason and Sarah are going to spend a lot of time sort of talking through as time goes on and everyone starts living with it, you know, where that name came from. But really, when you think through the archetypes of how the mentor and how the reformer, but also just other conversations that we had of like everything with the brand values and integrity, everything that's being done internally, externally. And so leveraging a name that sort of sets that as the foundation moving forward, but then also allows for Fences and Decks to be a part of what you guys do. So this is a mark that we've worked on. I get to take credit and sort of talk through it. We have an art director and quite a few other people back at the office that spent a lot of time sort of playing and trying to come up with the right solution for where we went. So we like to throw logos on a variety of contexts, show it in different colors. You're never going to just see your logo on a white background. So just playing with a couple different things of how we could move this thing forward, different marketing styles, just different applications. Some playing with the color palette a little bit, providing different areas where it could pop on black, on white. The mark itself, you think about kind of Nike and Apple and how the name has sort of gone away and now you just are left with an icon. It takes time to get to that kind of recognition, but we like to kind of pair up a strong name with a strong mark. This was fun. Our art director, Scott, we really spent a lot of time. He was involved with archetypes and visual language and sort of working with the team and talking through it. And so playing with that shield, although kind of that guardian didn't necessarily come through as a primary archetype, it's part of the DNA of this place. So kind of going with a guardian shield type look and feel, as well as playing off of, you know, fence posts or decking for kind of playing off the two services, and as well as the eye. So there's just a lot of different things that we played with in trying to create a strong mark that could live in a variety of contexts. Again, let's throw it on something. Let's try to make it as real as possible so that you guys can get an idea. I've spent just almost a solid year working with Jason and Sarah and the team here. So we sort of start to get to feel like we get to know you guys a little bit more and try to get into it. So as we're playing with different ideas, we like to just sort of throw it up, look at the website and how it could relate and how we could move. So we had a test at the office where, as we were working through different logo concepts, we like to put it in real case scenarios, and this was our test. The game test. Some didn't pass this test. It's a balance, you know. It's of trying to find that right level of heart and sentiment to what you guys do here, this type of camaraderie, with, you know, the practicality of what you guys are doing. So
What'd you call that test?
this is the Gabe test. It is the Gabe test. We have a few failed Gabe tests we could show you. Some are a little too soft. But it was kind of fun for us to just sort of, we had to see it in reality. So, and again, just throwing it in different ways this thing could live out. There's a whole transition plan, rollout plan that we're working with and getting to the, you know, ready to implement. It's not going to be an immediate, like there's 10 years of Fence Experts equity, customers and connection that this room has, as well as all the customers. So we're still in works with the team of trying to figure out how these two live in conjunction and how it's phased out and how this becomes forward. So there's going to be a lot more detail to come with that, but we wanted to come and sort of unveil this to you guys now of where we're at and where we're still going. So yeah, that's kind of our quick. We wanted to keep, you guys have a time. So we've got lots of research, lots of other information, and I'm sure if any questions come up to Jason and Sarah, we'd be happy to continue the conversation. But yeah.
Awesome. So the Gabe test was something that we talked about a lot in our meetings. It was like, would this pass the Gabe test? So I said, we have to put that up on the wall to show Gabe and everybody else that it will pass the Gabe test, I think. We'll talk later, Gabe. The beard's getting bigger, so maybe we need an updated picture. But I'm very, very excited. It took us a while to get to a place where Sarah and I, and then the team, felt really good about the name, the look, the future, and just asked Jimmy and Julia and Ryan and all the other people that have worked on it. We probably have been one of the more difficult and slow customers that they've worked with because, like we said, 10 years of the fence experts, and charting a new course and change is always scary, but there's no good thing that happens without some risk. And so we wanted to minimize the risk as much as possible and feel really good about where we're going. And so Integrous, like he said, or maybe Julia said it, all the research that came in from our customers, we're known for being an integrity-based organization. When people wrote in about what stood out the most, it was integrity. And what we want the most inside here in the team is integrity. And so the name just fits us. And it's an actual word. It's an older word, but it's not like it's a made-up word. It's an actual word. But it's not used very much, so we're going to bring it back. And I'm pretty excited about it because once we're known for that, we can drop fences and decks if we need to, or we can add something else. But it has some room to grow. It has some room for a future, which is exciting. Joel's heading out. I don't think he likes the name. So anyhow, I just want to say we'll be talking a lot about this. There's, like I said, a lot of work that went into this, and what they touched on, the fence experts doesn't just disappear. So don't get worried that, we're doing something crazy and dangerous here. The fence experts lives on for a while, and the website and the web address we keep forever. It's not like our competition's going to go by thefenceexperts.com. We keep that forever. So there's different things we're doing that I just want to say up front. We're doing these things because we want to stay strong. We want to stay a big player in the marketplace, and we think this will take us into new places. So to finish this up and wrap it up, if you have any questions that you're thinking of, please come talk to me. We'll be talking more about this, but if there's something pressing where you're feeling like, man, what are we doing? This is scary, come talk to me, and we'll talk it through, because there is a ton of stuff we could talk about this morning that we're not going into. But I'm very excited about it. I thought the logo, the name, the clean look, I think it fits us very well, and it's something we can grow into. So I'll just say it, something new is uncomfortable. So if you're feeling a little uncomfortable, that's okay. But I also hope you're feeling a little bit excited, because this is the future, and I think it's going to be really good. So, all right, thanks again for coming over. Jimmy had to get up at 4 o'clock just so he could think about running and get down here in time. So he's the guy I ran the relay, the trail relay with. So he's quite the runner, so watch out. It's good stuff. All right, hit up the day. Looking good out there, a nicer day compared to yesterday, so that's a good thing. So I'll let you all go. Thanks for coming up.